Hi, my name is Maja with MS Life Coaching. In this video, I want to go over funding, specifically small business funding. A lot of businesses I'm seeing today are having an issue with working capital, and I want to talk about some of the options. And I'm going to go over two options, namely traditional funding and merchant funding. Now, if we talk about traditional funding, that is normally banks and or credit unions. Now, banks or credit unions, the process easily takes between 4 to 8 weeks to go through the process of getting a loan. And what are their qualifications and what are the documentations that they require and all of that? Well, first and foremost, they require collateral. What is collateral? Collateral is basically something that you own that is equivalent to the loan that you're requiring, or at least close to, and sometimes more than what it is that you are requiring as a loan. Very often that would be your home, your family's home, or your 401k, basically your retirement, that you're putting up as a risk for your business. I personally always advise my clients, do not put up your home or your 401k for a collateral for your business. It's just not worth the risk. But sometimes that's the only option there is. Now, when you talk about qualifications and documentations, what do they require? Well, first, they will look at your FICO score. Is that at a level that they want you to be at? Do you have any tax liens against you? Do you have any bankruptcies against you? Do you have your tax return? If you file for an extension, that's not going to work. Then they will need your bank business statements, and you need to fill out a lot of paperwork. And then the process starts. And as I said, you will know 4 to 8 weeks later you'll get the loan if you qualified. Now, merchant loans is very different, and I'm going to talk specifically about the company that I work with. The company I work with, the qualifications and the documentations all are much less, and I'm just going to go through the timeline as well. Timeline is we are able to, from 1 to 3 days, we are able to tell you whether you qualify or not. If you qualify, you will then get some paperwork sent, you fill that out, you hand that into the funding department, and then they're able to fund you in 1 to 3 or 1 to 2 days. So basically, if you start on Monday with the application form and get that all to me, by Friday, you could have the money in the bank. Very big difference when it comes to time frame. Now, qualifications and documentations. Well, qualifications, if you have a 500 credit score and above, that will work. They do not check whether you have tax liens, bankruptcies, or your tax return, so you don't need that. Even if you file for an extension for your tax return, that's just fine. Documentation, they require 6 months of the most current bank business statements, and you need to file out an application form. Now, the application form is 1 page. Actually, it is 1 side of 1 page, so a lot less paperwork that you have to fulfill. Now, once I explain this, there is 3 questions that normally come up from people inquiring about these loans. One is, how much can you do a loan for? Well, we can do a loan anywhere from $10,000 to $1 million. So I'm sure you'll be okay somewhere in that. And the average loan that we do is a little over $100,000. Now, the next question that comes up is, what is the terms? And then the question after that, what is the interest rate? And to those questions, quite frankly, I have to say I don't really know. My job is to get the documentation together and get it to the funding department. But I can tell you this, they're not pretty. And the way that I explain this, it is like the difference between a doctor and an ER. If you cut yourself and you are bleeding and you are to the point where you could bleed out, you will go to the ER. The ER fixes you up, puts you together, puts you back on the road, and then for the long term, you go to the doctor. Merchant funding is really the same. Merchant funding is your ER, and the banks and credit unions is your doctors. Now, what are situations where you could say that you need an ER in business? Well, that could be that you have equipment that are broken down and you need the equipment in order to continue your business. It could be that you are not able to pay your staff and you need money for payroll right now. It could be that you need money right now for insurances. It could be that you need money right now to pay your taxes. There could be a lot of emergencies that are happening and that you absolutely need. It could also be that you need money for inventory. You got a good price for inventory that you are gonna use for, say, Thanksgiving or Christmas, and you got a good price for it right now and you need to handle it now. That I would call an emergency. So it doesn't matter what your emergency is. Once we have funded you, you use the money however you see fit. You got discount with marketing, whatever have you. Whatever you want to use the money for, use it. Take care of the bleeding and get on with your business. So if you are in a situation where you need money, working capital right now, then go and look in the comments for my email. I'll just say the email as well. It is info@mslifecoaching.com. Let me repeat that. That's info@mslifecoaching.com. And if you want to take a look at the application form, just so that you know what they're asking for, that is on mslifecoaching.com/funding, and it's at the very top of the page. Download it, have a look at it, and if you want me to take care of you and see if we can get you some money right now, then contact me. Now, next time you see a video, I hope the next video that you're going to watch is for something that is about expanding your business, grow, become more, or your personal become more, grow. But most important, go make it a great day. Thank you.